1. The ancient rock art of Tassili Energia. The Tassili Energia Plateau, a desolate expanse under an alien sun, sprawls as a cyclopean gallery of prehistoric dread. Upon its wind-scoured cliffs, pigments laid down by forgotten hands depict scenes that chill the very marrow. Grotesque figures with bulbous, otherworldly crania cavort with beasts that never walked this or any sane world, hinting at visitations from beyond the gulfs of space or the fevered imaginings of a primordial, non-Euclidean age. The sheer antiquity of this sprawling artistic record, coupled with its unsettling and utterly alien iconography, whispers of a history of this blighted land far stranger and more terrifying than any mortal intellect can encompass, a testament to epochs when the veil between realities was thin and the cosmos pressed close with a suffocating, alien intimacy. 2. The legend of the Ahagar Mountains Jinn. In the jagged, obsidian peaks and desolate, echoing valleys of the Ahagar Mountains, a realm of stark beauty and oppressive silence under a sky often bruised with twilight hues, dwell the Jinn entities of fire and shadow, woven into the very fundamental fabric of this desolate terrain. The nomadic Tuareg, their faces maps of generations spent under an uncaring sun, speak in hushed tones of their capricious and often malevolent whims, their power to conjure shimmering, deceptive mirages that lead the unwary to a parched doom, and to unleash sudden, inexplicable tempests that tear through the canyons with an unholy fury. Misfortunes and unsettling whispers carried on the mournful sigh of the sirocco are invariably attributed to their displeasure, a chilling and constant reminder that this seemingly empty land is in truth ruled by unseen forces, ancient and utterly indifferent to the fleeting, insignificant lives of mortal men who dare to trespass upon their timeless domain. 3. The unexplained lights of the Algerian Sahara. The vast and seemingly infinite expanse of the Algerian Sahara, stretching under a cold, indifferent canopy of stars that have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, has long been the stage for unsettling aerial phenomena. Numerous anecdotal accounts, often from solitary nomads whose sanity is worn thin by the endless horizons, or from those laboring in the desolate outposts of a forgotten world, speak of mysterious, unidentifiable lights that pierce the Stygian darkness. These phantom luminaries are described as orbs of unholy luminescence that hover silently above the dunes, move with an impossible, jerky velocity across the star-strewn void, or wink into and out of existence with a disconcerting disregard for the laws of physics. The utter emptiness of the desert night only amplifies the strangeness of these aerial visitants, fueling fevered speculation about unknown atmospheric horrors or even intrusions from the black gulfs between the stars, their silent passage a profound and terrifying question mark etched against the cosmic indifference. 4. The Roman tomb of the Christian woman, Tipasa, situated near the crumbling, cyclopean stones of ancient Tipasa, a coastal city haunted by the ghosts of a long-vanished civilization and the mournful sigh of the Mediterranean, stands a monolithic enigma known as the Roman tomb of the Christian woman. Its vast, weathered form, a testament to forgotten craftsmanship and a silent sentinel against the relentless erosion of time, guards a secret that has stubbornly resisted the inquiries of mortal minds. The identity of the individual entombed within its stony embrace remains frustratingly unknown, as does the true purpose of its imposing construction. Local legends, whispered in hushed tones by the descendants of Berber tribes who have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, cling to its lichen-covered stones, speaking of pagan queens who embraced forbidden faiths and of ancient curses that eternally protect the nameless slumber within. A stark and unsettling reminder that even the grandest of earthly monuments can become silent witnesses to mysteries that outlive the civilizations that erected them and stubbornly defy the feeble grasp of human knowledge. 5. The whispering sands of the Sahara, the seemingly silent and utterly desolate dunes of the Algerian Sahara, sculpted by millennia of relentless wind into towering, undulating landscapes of ochre dread, are, in certain blighted locales and under specific, unknowable atmospheric conditions, known to produce unsettling and often profoundly eerie sounds. These sibilant emanations range from a soft, almost mournful humming that seems to rise from the very heart of the sand, to deep, resonant booms that reverberate through the oppressive silence like the death knells of forgotten gods. While sterile science offers explanations of granular friction and resonant frequencies, The primal fear evoked by these auditory anomalies suggests something far more ancient and sinister. The subterranean sighing of colossal, buried entities whose slumber is occasionally disturbed by the desert winds, or the whispered lamentations of long-lost spirits forever trapped within the shifting, eternal landscape. A subtle yet persistent and deeply unsettling auditory horror in the otherwise profound and absolute silence of the empty quarter. 6. The tales of cryptids in remote regions, beyond the meager catalogue of known Algerian fauna, in the vast and largely uncharted territories that stretch towards the continent's shadowed interior and within the jagged, inaccessible peaks of forgotten mountain ranges, lie persistent whispers of creatures that defy zoological classification. Cryptids that stalk the desolate oases like phantom predators and shadow the ancient, windswept highlands with an unnatural and unsettling grace. Nomadic tribes, their lives intertwined with the harsh realities of this unforgiving land, recount chilling tales around flickering fires beneath the indifferent stars, speaking of reptilian horrors that slither through the dunes with impossible speed and of feline predators with eyes that burn with an unholy desert luminescence, hinting at primeval survivors from a forgotten epoch or biological aberrations that dwell in the unexplored corners of this immense and ancient land, their very existence a terrifying challenge to the established order of the natural world and a stark reminder of the vastness of the unknown. 7. The belief in the evil eye Aïn el Sbaa and its effects, though unseen and utterly intangible to the crude instruments of mortal science, the deeply ingrained and pervasive belief in the evil eye, the Aïn el Sbaa, casts a long and insidious shadow over the daily lives of many in Algeria, a psychic contagion that festers beneath the surface of human interaction. Unexplained misfortunes, sudden and inexplicable illnesses that defy earthly diagnosis, and persistent streaks of malevolent bad luck are routinely attributed to this unseen malignancy, a venomous psychic energy transmitted through envious or malevolent gazes. The elaborate and often arcane rituals and potent protective amulets employed against its insidious influence. Intricate silverwork bearing forgotten symbols, whispered verses from ancient texts, and age-old traditions passed down through generations shrouded in secrecy, speak to a deep-seated cultural awareness of malevolent forces that can wither life and fortune without any discernible or rational cause. A potent testament to the enduring power of belief in shaping the very contours of perceived reality and the unseen terrors that lurk just beyond the veil of the mundane. 8. The lingering spirits of colonial conflicts, across the ancient battlefields and crumbling, forgotten colonial outposts that scar the Algerian landscape like the wounds of a long-dead beast, a palpable sense of unease often lingers, a spectral residue of the countless acts of brutal violence and profound suffering that have stained this soil with the ichor of human conflict. Locals, their voices hushed with a mixture of ancient reverence and a primal, lingering fear, whisper of phantom echoes of past carnage, the spectral clash of unseen steel carried on the mournful desert winds, the muffled and heart-wrenching cries of long-dead soldiers that seem to rise from the very earth, and the oppressive silence that descends upon these hallowed grounds as if the very land itself remembers the agony. A heavy, suffocating sorrow seems to cling to the air in these blighted locales, an invisible shroud woven from the anguish of generations, as if the tormented spirits of those who perished in the crucible of empire remain eternally tethered to the soil, their silence suffering a persistent and unsettling stain upon the present. 9. The unexplained water sources in the Sahara, in the parched and utterly unforgiving expanse of the Algerian Sahara, where survival hinges upon the desperate and often futile search for moisture, certain oases and subterranean springs defy the very sterile logic of the arid climate, inexplicably sustaining human and animal life in ways that often elude the meticulous inquiries of modern hydrology. Local legends, whispered around flickering fires beneath the vast and indifferent stars, attribute the origins of these vital, life-giving water sources to divine intervention, the benevolent blessings of long-forgotten saints who interceded with unseen powers on behalf of mortal men, or the subtle, unknowable workings of ancient, subterranean entities that guard the very lifeblood of the desert. The miraculous persistence of these vital resources in the face of overwhelming desolation serves as a subtle yet profound defiance of the desert's relentless thirst, hinting at forces beyond human comprehension that shape the very possibility of existence in this harsh and ancient land. 10. The cyclopean scars of forgotten ages, scattered across Algeria's vast and ancient landscape, etched against the immensity of the indifferent sky, lie numerous megalithic sites, their weathered stones bearing silent and inscrutable witness to epochs that stretch back into the shadowed dawn of human history, long before the rise of Rome or the sway of Islam. These cyclopean structures, erected by unknown hands for purposes now utterly lost to the relentless erosion of time and the vagaries of human memory, hint at advanced prehistoric societies whose knowledge and rituals remain shrouded in an impenetrable mystery, or perhaps even the unsettling leavings of entities whose very existence challenges the accepted narrative of human origins. Their silent grandeur, a testament to forgotten power and incomprehensible ages, serves as a profound and deeply unsettling enigma, a stark reminder of the vastness of time and the countless secrets that lie buried beneath the sun-baked sands of Algeria.